One swing, one bad pickoff throw. One 9-pitch battle against a guy throwing 100 miles per hour. That's all it took for the Los Angeles Dodgers to steal a win that nobody saw coming on the road in a hostile park against arguably the most untouchable closer in baseball right now. If you think baseball is predictable, last night at Petco Park just proved you wrong. Going into the 9th inning, the game was tied 4-4. Mason Miller was walking out of the Oakland Athletics bullpen, and if you follow baseball, you already know what that means. This man carries a 0.79 ERA. He had not surrendered more than 3 runs in any single outing all season. Facing him in a tie game on the road in the 9th inning, that is about as difficult a situation as a lineup can be placed in. Most teams fold in that moment. The Dodgers did not. Freddie Freeman stepped in and worked the count all the way full. Miller delivered what looked like strike 3 until the Dodgers challenged it through the automatic ball strike ABS system. The call was overturned. Walk. Just like that, Freeman was on first base and Alex Call came in as a pinch runner. What happened next is the kind of play that makes baseball genuinely special. Miller, perhaps trying to catch Call napping, fired a pickoff throw to first, but it was too hard, too wide. The ball deflected off Ty France's glove and trickled all the way down the right field line. Call read it immediately, took off running, and slid into third base. Runner on third, 1 out. The inning was completely alive. This is where Baseball Daily wants you to pay close attention because what happened next deserves to be talked about for a long time. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, we are pushing hard right now toward our first 500 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, and share this video because real baseball breakdowns like this one are exactly what this channel is built on. Every subscriber right now genuinely matters. Now back to the 9th inning because Andy Pagés is about to step into one of the best at-bats you'll see all season. Pagés fell into an 0-2 hole almost immediately. Miller was pumping 100 mph fastballs and mixing in sliders on the corners of the zone, the kind of stuff that ends at bats quickly. But Pagés refused to give in. He fouled off pitch after pitch, stayed disciplined, kept the at-bat alive. 9 pitches total. On the 9th, he lined a ball to right field just deep enough. Call broke from third, hit the plate, and beat the relay throw by a split second. 5-4 Dodgers. Freddie Freeman said afterward it was one of the best at-bats he's ever seen. And Freddie Freeman has stood in a major league batter's box for a very long time. Now let's talk about Freeman himself because his night was its own story entirely. He walked into Tuesday's game carrying a 0-for-16 slump. Manager Dave Roberts had also noted that Freeman wasn't feeling physically well. He looked tired, clearly not himself. Before the game, Freeman made an adjustment in the batting cage. He started focusing on swinging up and finishing higher through the zone. That single swing cue produced 2 home runs. The first came in the first inning, an opposite field shot that snuck just over the short left field wall for a 2-run home run. The second arrived in the 6th inning, a towering solo blast to right field that tied the game at 4-4 and kept the Dodgers alive. It was his first multi-home run game in weeks and his first game with multiple extra base hits since April 6th. Freeman is hitting .260 on the season, below what Dodgers fans expect from him, but Tuesday night showed that the swing is still in there. Now the honest part, because Baseball Daily does not sugarcoat things. Emmett Sheehan lasted 4 innings and gave up 4 runs on 67 pitches. He became the first Dodgers starter this season to take the mound on 4 days of rest, and the results reflected it. Freeman had given him a lead in the first inning. Sheehan gave it right back when Manny Machado hit a 2-run home run. Then in the third, Miguel Andujar added another 2-run shot. Gone. That was the 4th time in 9 starts that Sheehan failed to hold opponents to 3 runs or fewer. His ERA now sits at 5.93. The only reason the damage wasn't worse was a Ty France fly ball that bounced over the wall for a ground rule double instead of scoring a run, a pure luck break. Sheehan was pulled and the bullpen was handed a mess to clean up. Enriquez Villa, Treinen, Tanner Scott, and Will Clean combined for 5 scoreless innings. Clean recorded the final 3 outs for the first save of his major league career. That bullpen performance is the reason this recap has a happy ending. The Dodgers are now 30-29, sitting in first place in the NL West by exactly half a game over the San Diego Padres. Wednesday, Shohei Ohtani takes the mound as a 2-way player against Randy Vasquez in the series finale. Ohtani went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and an RBI on Tuesday and is as locked in at the plate as he's been all year. But first place by half a game, with a rotation question that isn't going away, is not a comfortable position heading into the second half of the season. Which brings us to Robbie Ray and the trade conversation that has been picking up traction since Tuesday. Ray is a former Cy Young Award winner currently pitching for the San Francisco Giants. Through 50-plus innings this season, he carries a 3.04 ERA, a 1.17 WHIP, and 49 strikeouts. Those are legitimate numbers. He misses bats consistently, has pitched in high-stakes situations throughout his career, and is under contract in a way that makes him movable. The role being discussed for Ray in Los Angeles is not ace, it's stabilizer. A pitcher who slots into the 4 or 5 spot behind the frontline arms, eats innings, and gives the team a reliable option in a postseason series. That is exactly the kind of depth the current Dodgers rotation is missing. Sheehan's 5.93 ERA is not a number you feel confident about in an NLDS or NLCS matchup. There's also a second layer to this acquisition that goes beyond rotation depth. Ray is currently pitching for a division rival. Moving him to Los Angeles does not just strengthen the Dodgers, it directly weakens the Giants in the same division race. The Dodgers front office has made this kind of chess move before. The trade package being discussed involves two prospects, left-handed pitching prospect Adam Serwanski and outfield prospect Zach Hurd. For Los Angeles, this is a targeted, controlled cost, not the kind of blockbuster that strips a farm system. For San Francisco, the return makes sense too. The Giants are not in a position to compete for a title in 2025. Getting a young left-handed pitcher with upside and a controllable outfield prospect in exchange for a rental pitcher is the kind of deal that sets a rebuilding team up for its next competitive window. Holding Ray through July and watching him walk accomplishes nothing for that organization. Here's where everything stands. The Dodgers beat one of the best closers in baseball on the road Tuesday night. Freeman hit 2 home runs coming out of an 0-for-16 slump. Andy Pagés delivered a 9-pitch battle that will not show up prominently in the box score but decided the game. The bullpen threw 5 scoreless innings, and the team is back in first place. At the same time, the starting rotation behind the top of this staff has been inconsistent all season. Sheehan has a 5.93 ERA. The NL West lead is half a game. The trade deadline is approaching. And a former Cy Young winner with a 3.04 ERA is sitting on a division rival that has every reason to sell. The Dodgers have the talent, they have the payroll, they have the front office track record. The question between now and the deadline is whether they make the move that turns this roster from a good team into a genuinely dangerous one in October. If you enjoy real baseball content and breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next on Baseball Daily. Subscribe right now. We are closing in on 500 subscribers and every single one counts. Drop a comment below. Do you want the Dodgers to trade for Robbie Ray, yes or no? Share this video with a Dodgers fan who needs to see it. The conversation starts in the comments.